Brittany, coming to you guys today with pregnancy updates week 4 through 6. So we did just find out we were pregnant. Super exciting. I'm actually at week 10 right now, so going back, I've written some things down in my journal and kind of am able to go back and kind of relive through it as I go and update you guys on this pregnancy journey. This is our baby ultrasound pictures. Yes, this was at week 6 when I went, and the baby is that little dot. It's the size of a like a little seed. And I did take Clearblue test to find out I was pregnant at week 4. So the journey started. We found out we were pregnant at week 4. We do have a 1-year-old, like I mentioned previously. She is 14 months. Her name is Riley, so you'll see more of her in these videos. She is at her grandmother's house today, so I'm getting some me time at a doctor's appointment today, so getting some me time to record. But as you can see, pregnant. So Clearblue is the test that I always enjoy to take because it's fast. It reads to you that you're actually pregnant. You don't have to look at the little lines. It's easiest for me. Going through first the symptoms at week 4. Week 4, you know, you're just finding out you're pregnant. So I missed my cycle, but I was very moody. I was very irritable, just like my cycle, you know, would have been coming. It didn't come. So my fiance was like, you know, why? Like, you're really moody. It's that time of the month, I can tell. But when it didn't come, we both were like, wait a minute. And I was super nauseous the week before. So I was so nauseous to the point, we do have a dog, a small dog, and every time the dog would come back in from outside, it would literally make me want to throw up. It smelled like pure outside, but it was just horrible, and nobody else would get as bothered from it than me, that smell. Also, I can specifically remember I made hamburgers and fries at home, and normally I really love that meal and it was great, but it wasn't great this day. I instantly could only take 2 bites out of the burger, and I tried to scarf it down, I tried to stomach it down, but I literally made that noise of throwing up, which I never do. So right then and there, I kind of knew what was going on. So next we get into some other symptoms. So I'm in my notes just so I'm looking down, I know. So other than my moodiness, I did not have sore boobs, guys. I didn't. I just never get them. I never get them with my cycle. I never get them just in general. But I'll keep you updated on that. The fatigue did start to set in, but not until a little bit later, which I'm gonna get into. The implantation bleeding. So that was another one of my symptoms. I did notice the implantation bleeding did start for me right at week 4 and week 5, I believe. And what happened, I went to the restroom. If you don't want to hear graphics, just skip past this part. It's not too graphic though. But as many of you know, implantation bleeding is from that the egg fertilizing into your uterus, and that is what happened. So when I went to the restroom, I went to pee, and I just wiped, and I could see literally a tinge of like baby pink, but it was only for one day. It didn't last. It didn't go ongoing, which did not cause me to be alarmed. It did happen with my daughter, so I was familiar with getting ready to see that as one of my first symptoms and signs. Next, we have burping, and yeah, burping. I'll start burping there. Belching is something that was new for me this pregnancy, and it was and it's still going on as I'm at week 10 right now. But I don't know, it's just weird. It feels kind of relieving to belch, to burp, to get out that air, that gas. I'm guessing it's just from the gas that's going on. But yeah, that's another one. So getting into more so like week 5. Week 5 is where my morning sickness started, which that was a burp right there. But morning sickness, it's horrible. It's horrible. With Riley, it was horrible too, but it didn't start until week 9. Week 9 until week 14 with her, like 14, 15, that it went away. And they tell you that it normally lasts about once you get past your first trimester, which is going past week 12. But like I said, I'm at week 10 right now, and it started for me at week 5. So that for me is something I'm still learning to deal with, because it is horrible. It makes me feel so sick. It throws off everything that you're trying to do. I know mothers, you probably know exactly how I feel. Everybody's morning sickness is different, and it hits in waves, I feel. But it's similar in different categories, which I'm gonna explain. So mine right now, it is from sun up to sundown. It just takes all my energy. Right now, I'm having really tough time drinking water, which I've been trying to drink vitamin water, but I really have to, and sparkling water is something that I switched to, which isn't that great to me, but it's better than plain water. And because the water, or the reason I don't like the water, is because the taste in my mouth is so bland, which I'm gonna get into. It's so bland that it just makes the water taste even blander, if that's a word. But it makes me want to just throw up, because even if the water is cold, if the water is hot. So like I said, it lasts all day. If you eat something, it feels a little better. If I eat, like I try to eat on crackers throughout the day, but I don't really like to eat too many of those, because I'm a big bread eater already, and then constipation with pregnancy, you don't want to overdo it. So that's something I'm working on. But the snacking does help it. If you're on an empty stomach, it does make it 10 times worse. It just feels, I don't get nauseous. It's not the nausea for me. It's the queasiness, if that makes sense. With Riley, it was the same way. It was never like I woke up feeling like I was gonna throw up, in a sense. But it never made me feel weird like up here. It makes me feel weird down here in my stomach. Like it's a pit of your stomach feel. It makes you feel, honestly, I described it to my friends the other day as like having a hangover. Like, it's like if you wake up, you have a bad hangover, but it lasts all day. So that is not something that I want to be. I cannot wait for this morning sickness to like phase through. But I will talk more on that later. I'll probably be doing a separate video on morning sickness and my things that I've been doing to actually help me get past that. So next, I'm going into pelvic aches, which started at week 5.5, and left around like week 7, which I'll get into on my next videos as well. But my pelvic aches really bothered me. It was before my first doctor's appointment, so actually this was probably around right at week 5, and it just really felt achy. So the aches were on the left and the right side, and it felt like if you could locate it, it almost felt like your fallopian tubes area. I don't know. But it did alarm me at first before I had my first doctor's appointment, because it really just made me think that something was wrong, or the pregnancy was, I'm an overthinker, so went on Google, and I was like, oh no, this is not right. But I did go to the doctor at week 6, like I told you guys, and everything was fine. So he did just say, you know, it might just be something with how, you know, you were pregnant with your daughter. So when you're pregnant now, for your second pregnancy, it's going to make things move a lot faster down there and make your muscles and ligaments pull in different areas. And it did go away. My few other symptoms for week 4 through 6 were, like I said, the sick feeling in the bottom of your stomach, which goes along with the morning sickness, the bland taste in the mouth, and yeah, pretty much it. Yes, so that's all for my symptoms, mainly the things that I've actually noticed from week 4 through 6. But yes, I was actually super excited. We're excited for the next baby to come, adding to our family. But yeah, so that's it. And then we are going on to my cravings. The cravings have been really salty, big salt. Salty and spicy, more so. I'm trying to think, other than the salt and the spicy that's pretty much it. Vinegary, it was the same with my daughter, so maybe it's a girl in there, I don't know, but I am not sure, I'm hoping for, you know, a smooth pregnancy with great cravings, because cravings, you want to be able to please your cravings, and in order to do that, you have to eat. So I love to eat. So I don't complain. I try to feed my cravings and go with them every way that I feel when I wake up. My bump update, it wouldn't be right now. I'm gonna upload a picture into it actually, because where I am right now was not where I was at 4 to 6 weeks. So I'll upload a picture in and let you guys see. Baby is really small at the 4 to 6 week mark. Like I said, at 4 weeks to 6 weeks, it's about the size of a pea. Or a little bit smaller, like a seed, like a chia seed or something like that. I use my app, which I'll show you guys. So I use Flow, and it allows you to see what the baby looks like in there right now at the size. It'll give you a breakdown on different insights that it's wanting to tell you. You know, if you want to, you can play around with the calendar dates as well, and it'll pull it out to see how far and how big the baby will be at whichever date you like to see. But I've always used Flow to track my cycle, ovulation, and more information.